Black Panther is one of the most highly anticipated movies of 2018. The 18th Marvel Cinematic Universe offering will hit theaters around the world in February, and it's already guaranteed to be a commercial success. But we think it'll be a great critical success too, because we can already tell from the trailers that it's gonna be awesome. In this video, we'll take you through 10 things the Black Panther movie has undoubtedly already gotten right. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's the best way to keep up to date with all of our great new videos.
One of the things that was so satisfying about Civil War was, of course, the Black Panther. People came out of that movie going, I want to know more about that character.
The Black Panther character. Having already met Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, aka T'Challa, in 2016's brilliant Captain America: Civil War, we're already very aware that he's absolutely awesome. There was very little to criticize about him. Boseman's Black Panther was formidable, regal, skilled, and had a very impactful screen presence, all of which is required of a character who is both a king and a great warrior. Prior to the release of his solo movie, prominent black superheroes have been sorely lacking in comic book films. Granted, the likes of War Machine, Falcon, and Cyborg have started to change that, but they've all been supporting characters. And finally, having one fronting his own movie will be fantastic. There is every chance that Black Panther could rise to the very top of the Marvel Cinematic Universe mountain and become one of the key characters going forward. Perhaps even being one of the most important forces of good in the imminent fight against Thanos in the Infinity War and any evil that appears in the franchise beyond that.
What do you know about Wakanda? Explorers have searched for it. Called it El Dorado.
Wakanda. How good does Wakanda look in this movie? It looks absolutely spectacular and, quite frankly, a little bit awe-inspiring. As good as the Marvel Cinematic Universe is, the franchise has received its fair share of criticism for things like its villains, its apparently predictable stories, and its refusal to kill off major characters. But one thing Marvel Studios have tended to get absolutely right in every single one of their movies to date is the franchise's exotic fictional locations. Asgard, Jotunheim, Xandar, Nowhere, the Quantum Realm, the Mirror Dimension, the Dark Dimension, Ego's Planet, and pretty much everywhere else that's been depicted on screen have all looked fantastic. And Wakanda is no different in that regard.
Wakanda is the most technologically advanced country on the planet.
The high-tech nature of the fictional African nation, the colors, the landscape, and scenery, and that awesome Black Panther statue all look absolutely fantastic, and you should be extremely excited to see it in all its glory in the final movie.
Let's have some fun.
Not revealing too much. There's been a lot of complaining of late about movie trailers, especially those in the comic book genre, giving away far too much of the movie's plot. Black Panther most definitely hasn't done that. The trailers for the movie have teased a fantastical hidden world full of color and wonder. They've shown a vast array of characters and a lot of great action, but we still don't really know exactly what the plot is going to be. Sure, it's going to involve Michael B. Jordan's Eric Killmonger Stevens trying to take the throne from Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa, but we still don't know what his motives are, whether or not the final Infinity Stone is definitely located there, or how the movie fits into the wider Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially with regards to its involvement in this year's Avengers Infinity War movie. What we've seen so far is just right in terms of how much has been given away. It's enough to make us know it's going to be epic, but we don't already feel as if we've seen the movie, and that's when movie marketing is at its best.
If anyone found out what we truly are, what we possess, it could destroy the world.
Easter eggs and references. Like every Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that came before it, Black Panther will undoubtedly be full to the brim with Easter eggs and references. Fans demand that kind of thing nowadays, especially in comic book movies and any franchise that involve world building. And we've already seen that Ryan Coogler knows exactly where it's at when it comes to including things for eagle-eyed fans to notice. Most notably, there's a clear parallel with The Lion King in one scene in the trailers. It's the scene in which T'Challa appears to be seeking counsel from his ancestors by approaching a very significant-looking tree. The imagery is clearly taken straight from the 1994 Disney classic, and that should come as no surprise, given that Disney owns Marvel these days. And of course, there are a number of other things that comic book readers will recognize from the pages of their favorite Black Panther stories. Black Panther's Royal Talon fighter jet will make an appearance, Warrior Falls will be a featured location, the heart-shaped herb that increases T'Challa's physical attributes will be used, and there's likely to be many more.
My king.
Stop it.
The Black Panther lives.
The supporting characters. The cast of supporting characters in Black Panther looks absolutely fantastic. We've already been introduced to Andy Serkis's Ulysses Klaue in 2015's Avengers: Age of Ultron, as well as Martin Freeman's Everett K. Ross. And it'll be great to see their characters fleshed out in the movie. But the other confirmed characters are also extremely exciting. We'll be introduced to the likes of Eric Killmonger Stevens, who is one of Black Panther's key villains from the comics. We'll see M'Baku, another villain from the comics who is otherwise known as Man-Ape. And there will also be an abundance of Wakandan royalty and warriors in the form of the likes of Nakia, Okoye, Wakabi, Shuri, and Ramonda. The extended cast of characters will also include the New York criminal Tilda Johnson, who goes by the name Nightshade in the comics. It's one of, if not the, most interesting and diverse casts of characters in any Marvel Cinematic Universe movie to date, and there are certain to be some surprise new fan favorites emerging from it.
Show off!
Originality. One thing that is absolutely certain about the Black Panther movie is how unique and original it will be. There's never been a comic book movie like it in cinematic history. For starters, the predominantly black cast is new and refreshing as far as the comic book genre goes. But in general, it has a very different feel and tone to it. The colors, the cinematography, everything about Black Panther will deliver an experience that no other comic book movie has ever delivered. There's also the cultural aspect of the movie. It's set in a fictional African nation and follows the adventures of an African king, something that hasn't been done very much in any genre of movie over the years. There's also no society like Wakanda in all of fiction. It's totally unique, lying deep in the heart of a lush green country, but actually being more technologically advanced than anywhere else on Earth.
He has to look out for an entire nation. That's a responsibility that other superheroes don't commonly have.
The cast. As good as the cast of characters in Black Panther looks, it would be pointless getting excited about them if the actors portraying them were no good. Thankfully, however, Marvel Studios has done a typically brilliant job of casting them. In fact, the cast of actors in the movie is nothing short of phenomenal. We already know that Chadwick Boseman is a perfect fit for the lead role, and we've seen Martin Freeman and Andy Serkis, both of whom are fantastic actors, playing Everett K. Ross and Ulysses Klaue to perfection. However, the addition of Michael B. Jordan, who is particularly brilliant in 2015's Creed as the movie's primary antagonist Eric Killmonger Stevens, is very exciting. 12 Years a Slave's Lupita Nyong'o will appear as T'Challa's former lover and an undercover member of Wakanda's Dora Milaje. The Walking Dead's Danai Gurira will portray Okoye, the head of the Dora Milaje. The brilliant Angela Bassett will play Ramonda, T'Challa's mother. Oscar winner Forrest Whitaker will play the Wakandan shaman Zuri. Get Out's Daniel Kaluuya will play Wakabi, T'Challa's best friend and the head of the border tribe. There really will be an incredible array of talent on show.
This is Ryan's creation. I thought, how interesting. Someone so young to be captivated by this, but he had personal reasons.
The director. As well as having a great cast of actors and characters in front of the camera, the Black Panther movie has a brilliant man working behind it. Ryan Coogler is young, trendy, and incredibly talented, and he's the perfect man to bring Wakanda and its residents to life. At just 31 years of age and with only 2 Hollywood movies behind him, he might seem too inexperienced to direct a Marvel movie to some people. But that couldn't actually be further from the truth. The energy in 2013's Fruitvale Station and 2015's Creed proved that he's just the man to helm a movie with the vibrancy, colors, and action of Black Panther. Moreover, he's a fan of comic books, and in particular, of the Black Panther character, and it's always a positive thing when a director is genuinely interested in the material he's working with. He's also a champion for diversity in film, and as a proud black man himself, is the ideal man to help in not only making sure a cast of largely black actors is utilized to perfection, but in helping to end the stigma and reputation that comic book movies have for whitewashing and lacking diversity.
Your strength is no match for the Prince of Asgard!
I do not know why strong men always boast so, but it makes it much more satisfying when they fall.
Female characters. One thing that Marvel Cinematic Universe has been criticized for a little bit is its lacking of strong female characters. That's not to say that there aren't any. The likes of Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, Peggy and Sharon Carter, Gamora, Mantis, Valkyrie, and Sif have already had significant roles, and they are becoming more and more prominent and abundant in the franchise. But there's a much larger number of powerful male characters, and there's yet to be a single movie headlined by a female. That latter fact will change with upcoming offerings like Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel, but Black Panther will certainly spearhead the rise of the female character in the franchise with an abundance of formidable female warriors. The Dora Milaje are Wakanda's elite defense force and T'Challa's personal bodyguards, and they are entirely female. Quite frankly, that'll be awesome to see.
It's my responsibility to make sure that Wakanda does not fall into the hands of a person like you.
The music. The music and soundtrack for the Black Panther movie sounds fantastic and so very unique, especially for a comic book film, but it fits this particular one perfectly. Swedish composer Ludwig Göransson was hired to compose the film's score, and he's an extremely talented man, having worked on the music for US television sitcoms Community, as well as composing the music for 30 Minutes or Less in Ryan Coogler's previous movies Fruitvale Station and Creed. Göransson traveled to Senegal and South Africa to record local musicians to form the base of his soundtrack, which really works, given that the bulk of it will be set in the fictional African nation of Wakanda. Some of the music for the movie also has some real star power behind it, because none other than Kendrick Lamar produced its curated soundtrack, along with Top Dog Entertainment founder Anthony Tiffith.
Move, Captain. I won't ask a second time.
And that's the end of our video. Did you enjoy it? Are you excited about the Black Panther movie? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more great videos just like this one. Bye for now.